Hello everyone! This time I got my fingers on my first project and there was lots of falling involved. The route is called Riesenslalom and it's graded 7B+. When I tried the route for the first time I had a really hard time, especially at the beginning, since there was this move with this undercling and I just couldn't figure out the right beta. But after pre-clipping the second quick draw, I finally managed to do the sequence because I actually found a good foothold for the right foot, and with this one it got quite easy actually. From the undercling you move up to a vertical slot from where you can clip the second quick draw, and it's actually quite okay. But after that it got quite hard. From this vertical slot you're supposed to go to the left, but I was really spent and I would have loved to do a toe hook, but just wasn't possible, so I had a hard time there. But I saw that there was actually very bad crimp up there for the right, which I just grabbed. And I thought maybe I can go around the sequence and go the direct way basically. So I was testing around a little bit and I was looking for a foothold for the left, but there just weren't any. And I had to rely on my right foot only to get up to this quite good jug. But the sequence didn't quite work out as well, and the move was too long for me. But while I was testing it again, I glimpsed to the left and I saw that there were these holes which you're supposed to take for the actual beta. So I grabbed this one and I found quite a good sequence for me. And this beta actually made it quite possible for me to climb this route, because the actual beta involved this really long move, which is quite hard for me, so I was quite happy that I could find this way around it. From there on, the next few moves aren't that hard and you only have to find the right beta and not get too pumped while climbing this part. Here I had to do a long move to the right to a quite good hold, get my left foot up quite high and take a bad crimp for the left hand. And from here on started actually the hardest crux for me in this route, because I had to make this really big lock off, take this slopey and shallow 3-finger slot for the left, which is quite vertical, place your right foot onto a slippery foothold and make a low percentage move into this mono. When I was trying this route for the first time in the dark, I actually had to do this move maybe 10 times to stick it once, and even then I couldn't stick the move into the mono for quite some time. So it was really hard for me and very, very low percentage. And when you have these routes where this crux is at the very end, it can pose quite a mental and physical battle, because you have to be very fresh mentally and physically to execute the sequence perfectly. So after bouldering through this route a second time, which you just saw, I gave it a red point go and it worked out quite fine, but I just didn't have enough energy to execute the last sequence. So I came back a week later, gave it a go, and the bottom part worked really well, and I was quite confident that I could stick the move, but my foot slipped. And as you can see, I was a bit frustrated because I was feeling very strong and confident until that point. So I gave it another go on the same day and I felt a bit weaker and way more hesitant this time, and I missed the mono. So I came back 1 week later. The start of the route isn't that hard, I would say. You get a quite good ledge for the left hand, a big jug for the right, a mono for the left, and from there on you would traverse to the right on decent holds. Next up is this shallow pinch, and from there on I can cross into this okay hold for the left hand, and from there on I can switch my hands. And I had to switch my hands because I had to go into this undercling with the right hand. The plan was to film all the holes when I was coming down from the route, but I forgot about it, and hopefully in the future I will remember to do this. Here I got this vertical slot, which I can also use at the bottom as a two-finger pocket basically, or at least I have to stack my fingers on top of each other to grab it as a pocket. Then I cross with my right hand into a side pull and get this very shallow left two-finger pocket. Next up is this crimp for the right hand, which is quite bad, but with this one I can avoid this traversing to the right and go the direct way. And the hold for the right is actually quite a good jug, and with this one I can easily shuffle my feet to the left. From there on I have to get my feet up real high and reach up to this bad crimp. Here I can shuffle my feet and get these quite good holds. There's actually an undercling for the right, which I'm just taking, and an okay hold for the left hand, where I can shake out a bit. I don't know if you can rely, but this is one of these routes which felt super hard at the beginning, and I really had no expectations to send it very quickly. But after going through it a second time, it felt quite easy, and I could already do the moves, which felt super hard at the beginning, quite quickly. So it's interesting to see how it works out sometimes. That day I was warming up in the route and hanging the drawers and going very slow, and I also installed a camera at the top of the route, a GoPro or something like this, which I borrowed from a friend. It's up there, and I don't know why, but unfortunately it stopped recording after maybe like 2 minutes after I hung it there. Maybe the battery died or something, which is kind of a pity because I think I had this really nice footage of the upper part, especially the crux part, but it didn't work out, so maybe I'm more lucky the next time. The clamp so far felt quite good, and the bottom part was relatively easy since I got it dialed very good until then. And I was a bit nervous because the crux was about to come up, but it felt really solid, and it was only a matter of if I hit the mono or not. I was a bit shaky, but I went for the mono and I nearly missed it. I just stuck it and I could do the rest of the route. I think the footage from the upper camera would have been quite interesting because I think I had a funny look on my face when I was going for the mono, but yeah, didn't work out, unfortunately. But nevertheless, I was really happy about the ascent and that I could finish this route and find my own personal beta in the bottom part. So that's it for now, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you soon. Bye bye.